Hello everyone. I only have a limited amount of time because my brother's coming with his wife soon, so I'm going to get right into it. Let's just go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see what the dice have to say for us. We have Virgo. We have the number 6. I don't know if you could see that very well. Number 6. And we have Jupiter over here, which looks like a number 4. So Jupiter is related to abundance and growth, and Sagittarius. And we have the 6 of love, family, and community is also the 6 of the lovers and Gemini energy, as well as the month of June. And then the energy of Virgo, which we're still in right now. All right, so Virgo and Gemini are both Mercury, and then we have Jupiter influencing here as well, as Sagittarius is in the South Node. We're releasing that. So let's see the pictures for today. We have the union read here. We do have a message of the day as well. This is the 4D, 5D, 6D, feminine on the left, masculine on the right. Incoming divine feminine, outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies here. This is the SIRIAN Starseed deck. And then here's the complete read in front of you for the Twin Flame read. It is a 7-deck read. That includes the Rider-Waite Mini, Romance Angels. The Numerology deck is over here. We have the SIRIAN Starseed is the main deck. We have the Gilded and the Gilded's over there, and then the one standing up back there, as well as down here, is the Universal Golden Tarot. We're going to pull oracle cards at the end as well, and then here is the message of the day. It reads as, this is the underlying energies right here, and the 4 decks is the Animal Spirit deck. Then we have the LENORMAND Reverie, we have the Gilded, and then the KIPPER deck as well. And so it goes, this is the underlying energies, then these cards come out one at a time, and then this is a sidebar, and then these were some cards who want to come out at the end. So that's how the message runs. And the message of the day for today, it's the 16th of September. 16 is the Tower, September is the Hermit. So we have sudden events, and then today adds up to 30, which is the 4 of Wands, the union energy, or the home, stability. The message of the day, as soon as I started, the oyster and the bee came out, and I was getting keep your head down and clam up. This was done at 9:09, which is the portal we just passed. And maybe doing some agreements, signing things, but it's just that energy of, keep your head down and work hard and clam up today. I don't know what aspects are coming up today, but that was the energy. We have the bee, the bridges, the 10 of cups reversed, and the mature man as the underlying energies. So the magenta teacher, perhaps with some rough students, looking for balance, yellow, green, blue, or who have achieved balance and now want transcendence. Or the bee is sending the panther and the crocodile to the cobra after giving them what they know, or dark energies are looking for clearing, or watching the light along with the hard workers, the hard worker bees. The lion and the lamb, or mouse, Mr. Bojangles, got together at Lionsgate to awaken the whole collective. There's a lot more now searching for guidance of all types, including 3D teachers who may think they know cobra, tarantula, panther, and crocodile, and the bees who are balanced but amping up their confidence. Diving deep recently due to masks in the water, birds of a feather, and community groups on an adventure over the rainbow, the ride of their life, seeing new perspectives and bringing up the subconscious, the inner child who wants someone else to take the lead across the scary twin bridges that they're not sure actually exist, or perhaps were burnt in the past, but it's hard to tell. Illumination of the Queen of Wands reversed, with fatigue, illness, or anger issues, or just boredom, the devil's workshop, tempted by the Holy Grail, and so keeping busy, the daily grind, or juggling and performing, healing and forgiving, the 2 of Cups connection, to end an emotional cycle that's so over at this point, or end an unhappy family situation. After adjudication, in the past, a gift of a message with cause for concern, a man with thoughts of a woman, perhaps their dream or dream girl of the chariot, which is the feminine within the masculine, and the Christ vibration, and sudden events, epiphanies, and or sexual exchange, thinking about sending her a message of concern. The magician, main male, is or is with a wealthy man, or perhaps that's his advisor, or received an inheritance, or maybe they passed, and or ended their occupation and or message from beyond regarding sewing a quilt together. The wounded warrior's path of transformation to catch a thief, or their own childhood struggle to survive, the wounded warrior and the Queen of Wands reversed, and the main female, High Priestess, with the mature man, Hierophant, are now free to travel with her at 951, which is the Hermit and the King of Swords. The busy bee turned their back on the risky twin bridges, the unhappy family and or ending of an emotional cycle for the mature man, who may be contemplating their world or mapping things out. So first was the oyster, the ring, the Seven of Swords, and the courtship card. Oy vey came up, all clammed up, hiding the pearl with their radars out. Committed by marriage or circle of trust, the ring of fire, the ruby red slippers or surprise ring, and coming clean, getting clean, perhaps still a bit sneaky, or cleaning up their act or space for a courtship here. And there's a lot of stress coming up with this first pile. The Knight of Wands and the Emperor, home or stability. The two here, the second pile, the beaver, the tree, the Ace of Swords, and the journey, keeping busy and balanced, humble and moderate, branching out doing shadow work, or time with family tree, getting to know the whole truth of what happened on the journey, or as you prepare to take one on a train, or a courtship on a train across the country for time to review. Freedom and high vibration comes up here. The third pile is the Hawk, the Power Man, the Eight of Pentacles, and unexpected income. Clearing the airways or high vibe in the air. The Winged Messenger from Source, keeping an eye on you. The Power Man from Mars, shifting and burning the midnight oil with news or ideas on how to create income, with Mouse or Ben at his workplace, or candlelight, unexpected income. The Twin Flame and Passion coming up here. The fourth pile here is the Octopus, with a need for boundaries, with the Tower, Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the False Person. So with a need for boundaries, with the powers that be, implementing a plan to deal with a false person or duo with masks. The Sun, exposed kids, pets, and the dance and dreams. The fifth pile is the Vulture, the Mountain, the Chariot, and great fortune here. The cleanup crew, with a big challenge perhaps, or old eagle put out to pasture, or mountain, and now depending on breadcrumbs, or the old guy going to the mountain to take a drive, or tunneled through in a bold move to great fortune. Just hanging on in there to the other side, waiting it out, past the family issues, past the truth, past the angry men and the powers that be, the false people and the scavengers, and the mountainous obstacles, a journey or wave, ascension of great fortune, completion of the old cycle, and inspired by gold, a golden opportunity, or statue, or perhaps Emmy with many, or Oscar the Grouch. The crow, the dolphin, and the fox are awakening the collective and standing guard of the airways, the waterways, and the woods, checking in with each other. The bird feeder, the dolphin cruise, and the foxy mama who's loyal to twos. The crow in charge of the snake bite and poison apples, and rites of passage of the feminine within the masculine at 1016, a turn for the better and destiny with the Tower here. The dolphin's the Inspector Gadget or Auditor General, and the sly fox with those abundant ones who think they can get away with anything. Stuck without movement, stubborn or fixed, unable to function, after bite or their fix, frustrated with results, unable to understand, not humored or aroused, uninspired by elite release from prison. The crows then with sudden wealth, spiritually with triple sevens here, the dolphin's imprisonment, a blessing in disguise, in being present, and the fox letting go of expectations at the Y in the road, or with their twin flame. The collective awakens and all of a sudden freaks out about snakes and bites and bacteria and viruses as they ascend, and then look closer to know firsthand, due to boredom, grounding and integrating and mastering the receiving of love, of the awakening and the finding of abundance, the abundant flow of the fishes in the waterways, and being very frustrated by the collective storm. You know, a lot of people waking up all at the same time, being stuck, still, or unable to move, and or frustrated, uninspired, or angry caused their release from their imprisonment. So again, this is that blessing in disguise, right? Being forced out of a job that perhaps you didn't even like, and being stuck in your house to realize, oh, this is what I like. Or with people that you love, leaving the imprisonment, being released, and then seeing the sly fox was right. Cha-ching with 777 and cracking codes to the lock and get out of jail free card with someone waiting for you who's already been released. So the lovers, either ill or conflicted or taking orders and working their fingers to the bone, whether waitressing or factory work or an orphan boy on the street, homeless, coming together in a marriage. After the devil or shadow caused conflict and expansion, the humble King and Queen of Cups, the two of hearts, lived happily ever after. The lover, the mature woman, the light side of love, family, and community, and her moon child little girl, and man of honor come together to be love, the Knight of Cups, the family working together. The hermit with a new car or home loan and decision about a house, official person free now to leap on the one you want. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So Greece is coming up and making it official. So that was the message of the day. So going back to the union read. So this was done yesterday at 7:10 p.m. 7 is the Chariot, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, a turn for the better, destiny. The 40, 5D, 60. And their union read I actually did for this Saturday on the 18th, since it's my birthday coming up. So the union read's for the 18th. The regular read is for today. So the union read came up as, let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so the Emperor at 7:10, we have the reason as the underlying energy, which is the Emperor, the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card right in the middle of the read, the 5 of Swords at the end. The Emperor or reason in control at the 9 of Cups event, perhaps lavish service for group, stretching frog to prince in the mists of Avalon, hinging on stone where the land meets the sea. And there's a reference to Stonehenge there as well. The incoming divine feminine is the 7 of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 6 of Swords, climbing stairs in energy loops, and at the top of the stairs, running into the King of Swords, atop 9 steps of stone, diving deep in Lemuria in a friendly way, out of his comfort zone as the center of attention, and lots of emotion. The Emperor coming up to the King of Swords to make peace. The 4D here is the Ace of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles. The divine feminine's passions ignited as the divine masculine's heart is in the Batcave, feeling sorry for themselves perhaps, bridging with a group of people, or waves of flames or lighters in a hot, humid sun. One lit, one saving, holding on. Her crowd, not his, or saving for a gift perhaps, or fun help from Guy Dan, or with help from Guy Dan, 2 on credit, and Indy or in 2 500. So it's coming up as 2 on credit with and 2 with 500, but also 2 on credit with the Indy 500. So I don't know when the Indy 500 even is, but there's a reference to racing there. The Divine Feminine with the Chariot of the Sea, with Master O, Peaceful Travels. And the Master O, Peaceful Travels, the O is giving lots of space between, but it's also the human embodiment of Source, a human being. The 5D here is the Wheel, the 9 of Cups, and the Ascension. The Divine Feminine destined to seal the deal with the 3-ring circus in Barn Baal E out, as Adam is trapped and the Divine Masculine is ending a cycle, with the Middle East, or the genie with wishes or in a bottle, or perhaps lost in a bottle. Bridging 9 of Cups, service underground at 733, which is the Chariot and the Christ vibration, standing up for oneself. The stone built, this could be service underground in a stone building or mausoleum with food and drink, and rays of sun spraying in at 733. The 6D here is the 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the Alchemy. The Divine Feminine manifesting a rock to herself with a lone star above, 3 sharing the space, and 1 at arm's length. The Divine Masculine Alchemy with a pit in his stomach, patient and balanced in a higher love, come hell or high water. Bridging in a loving embrace, the inner children come face to face, as the Divine Feminine is ignited to destined grounding and integrating of love and allowing it in. The Divine Masculine is letting go to ascend to a higher love, and on the bridge, with a group in fiery waves of grain, cooling off with a drink and a hug, no social distancing here. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the 2 of Pentacles, guidance and indigo, surrendering to all that is, with guidance and or commitment, and with a proposal to grow and stretch together within. The Divine Feminine with Aries and Libra on her side, which are on the same axis on the astrological wheel. And then we have the King of Swords as well. On the Divine Masculine side is Pisces, Sag, Taurus, and Gemini or Virgo, with no core cards on their side. Between the Masculine and Feminine are the soulmates or loving kids or making up. The number overall was 49 again, not only the center card of the read, but that's the number that came out as the main number. 49 is that 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. It's about self-satisfaction, self-love, and being happy with yourself no matter what. The horizontal pillars came up as 15, 9, and 25, which are the Devil, the Hermit, and the Knight of Wands. The vertical pillars came up as 7, which is the Chariot, 0, which is Source, 6, the Lovers, 5, the Hierophant, 20, the Judgment card, 4 of the Emperor, 2, High Priestess, 0, Source energy again, and the 5 of the Hierophant again, which also can be freedom, change, and expansion. It doesn't have to be the Hierophant. So we have the messages of the Shadow of the Hermit and the Knight of Wands, self-satisfied and getting their wish. Perhaps driving with space for lovers' commitment and a decision of the Emperor and the High Priestess with space for freedom and self-fulfillment. Ascending to Source, Lover's Judgment Day, the 2 of Cups with space to commit to alone time, so both get their wish. Party and high vibration here with destined closure, manifesting learning to receive love, the 4D conflict or the pursuit of happiness, or just a fiery bunch. At the end, ending the war within with the faceless man. And I'm still having trouble getting my words out talking, so whatever the aspect is, still struggling a little bit. So here is that was for the 18th for this weekend. And this twin read is for today, so there's still energies around the weekend. It doesn't have to be exactly today. So we have the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 1019, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 19 of the Sun. And at 1028, as I was clarifying, It of Orbs came up as well as RBS. So instead of run base hits, it's run base slam. And we have 1028, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Twin Flames. And it of orbs, which also can reference IT of orbs. Orbs is not just thoughts and words, but and intentions, but also the blind man and the orphan. So it of orbs, and someone came up as it the other day. I can't remember who it was. Who's it? I can't think of what that was. It's like someone being tagged. You know, it's your turn. You're it. And we have a slam home run here. So we finished clarifying here at 1044, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups, the grounding, integrating, and mastering of love. And the major arcana here for this read in front of you is the reflection of the Hermit and Justice and the higher self. We have 5 swords, a lot of swords energy in this read. 2 wands and 1 pentacle. There were no cups in the main cards. The King of Cups is the only main the King of Wands is the only main player this read. Also, the 9 of Swords came up in the read. The Queen of Pentacles came up after the read, and the Queen of Cups with the Page of Cups before the read. We have double 3s, 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s. So a lot of doubles here, a lot of pairs. 33 is the Christ vibration and the 7 of Wands. 55, the Ace of Swords, Excalibur. 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, and I got a whistle there. 77 of the Sovereign, and 88 of the twins dancing within their masculine and feminine, dancing side by side in order to integrate their masculine and feminine and a polarity, right? Because once you integrate moderation between the two within yourself, then you have to polarize in order to come into that 8 with your partner. So the expanding, the code line here was all about following your dreams, but it was covered so that it came up as low dreams. Right? So maybe your expectations aren't high enough for yourself. The 7 is the Chariot on the code line, which is the feminine within the masculine, ascending. And the messages coming up here were expanding and contracting, perhaps satellite TV. The Seer in a show of power, taking the high road with the moral man, and then tetrahydrofuran was coming up, which the definition for that is a hydrocyclical ether with a 5-membered ring. So this can reference a group of people. A 5-membered ring, right, the circle of trust, with 4 carbons, which can be the 3D divine masculines, because they're atoms, and then 1 ox, which can be someone who's very stubborn, or one who's good at dissolving polarity, right? This is the polar solvent. Divine justice of the divine feminine within the masculine in the Chariot, or taking a cruise, with high seas, sea, and low dreams, and how crazy you are. To long for television, perhaps, or a seer, or see our show of power with the high road, or 309, or that can be 309, which may be something that you need in your body. The moral man takes the high road with justice and the high 7 seas. So the ship or cruise could be coming up for somebody, but also high seas and low dreams. So highs and lows, little and bigs, are all coming up this week. Follow your dreams. To have trusted a TV seer, or downstairs are the moral man, or some longing and desire, which is interesting because in the movie I watched last night, downstairs came up when the old woman was dying, but she brought herself downstairs anyway, even though she really couldn't do it because there was something important she had to say. There may be some kind of sharp point needed to be made, a tusk. So elephants are coming up here again. Do you have any ivory in your house? There's a wounding around that. The tooth or Hot Wheel, somebody might be having an issue with a tooth, or Hot Wheels were coming up. And then expanding or contracting divine justice with the 7 high seas. Also fixed intent, what should I write? Perhaps fixed intently on TV with the C, see with your eyes, your ocean emotion, with the sea of the Christ consciousness. Are downstairs, are there tusks or ivory, or also coming up here was to kill or cause to die, which also can reference a longing. The TV seer downstairs are longing to expand and contract, or to stay in the middle and reflect. In divine justice, the Chariot of the high seas, So water and floods coming in was also coming in for me here to unstuck the ship. You know how the ship is stuck, the pie in the sky card with the ship over the mountain, but there's no water to ground into it, so it can't float anywhere. And here's the flood that needs to come in order to allow the ship to sail. And Noah's Ark was coming up, and 2 by 2. So I don't know if that means a flood somewhere or an emotional flood of emotions with the awakening of the collective. But having trusted the TV seer, which can be your own telepathic vision as well, taking the high road, neither tethered, divine justice of the feminine within the masculine in the chariot, perhaps dealing with a kink or a fig. And the fig has to do with the Garden of Eden. So to wish for TV seer, neither moral man with 5-membered ring, the 4 Adams and the 1 ox, or one with kisses and hugs, divine justice of the feminine within the masculine, and perhaps a little hiccup. Reflection comes up here reversed as the underlying energy, and beneath that, the 5 of Cups, Queen of Cups reversed, both of them, the 2 of Pentacles upright, the 6 of Swords reversed, and the Page of Cups reversed. Recovering from loss, the Queen of Cups reversed is juggling to find peace from rejection. Or for the Page of Cups reversed, who also may be sad, or this could be a miscarriage here. Losing their mind or going crazy or coming out, done reflecting with the Page of Swords upright, who may be sharing without saying a word. The Divine Feminine in 5D offering their passion, growth, and creativity through sharing a message. With Virgo reversed and Pisces reversed, perhaps 2 left behind, and again, these 2 are on the same axis as well. The page, here's, all right, I'm getting alignment as a message here, right? Because we had the Aries and Libra from the union, then Virgo and Pisces alignment, and that's the middle of the astrological chart is going from Virgo to Libra. So again, there is alignment coming into your own axis with 2 left behind. The Page of Swords spreading the word, and the Emperor with issues at work, with the wounded warrior in surrender in order to hang out, or suffering in silence, or dealing with their sister at home. The house built on a graveyard, the luck of the Irish coming up, with a chronic nightmare of hanging and pink blankets, hanging out together at home to remove the swords one by one. And by the way, I had more ghost pictures, which I posted on Instagram if you want to check them out. So the picture I just outlined, I put both the original picture and my drawing so you could see it. And it looks to me like a Native American Indian on my electric wire crossing the street from the woods across the street to the other woods that connect it. And there's literally like an Indian crawling on the wire, handing something down to another Indian. It doesn't have to be. It could be some kind of warrior as well. But if you look at the picture, it's pretty cool. So here's coming up with the house built on the graveyard, because I have lots of soldiers in the woods across the street from my house. I don't feel any fear by this energy. We have a lot of history right here with the Revolutionary and the Civil War, and the Underground Railroad is like, not even a mile away from my house, one of the major stations there. So there were definitely a lot of soldiers that came through here, as well as the Indians who inhabited the area prior to that. So, and this was the woods, the creek and the woods across the street from me, this whole area was a corn mill. So it's very interesting too, because I was eating organic popcorn for a while, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't. It was making me sick. And I'm wondering if I have a wound there regarding this corn mill across the street. So again, the house built on the graveyard and what might be coming up for you. The luck of the Irish, the chronic nightmare of hanging in pink blankets. I'm not sure what the pink blanket reference is. If what I just said, something comes up to you referencing that, please let me know. But also pink for me is compassion. So there's a lot of, a big blanket of compassion needed here for all the dead souls in the woods or under your house, whatever it is. Hanging out together at home to remove the swords for these ghosts one by one. So I might start doing a little bit of work with the soldiers across the street to release them. So go Betty bye, or somebody was hung, and then Bryn Athyn Cathedral came up for me as well. And I think there was a story a long time ago about someone hanging themselves in the clock tower there. or inverting to end back burning or stinging or pain was also coming up. Okay, so, and I watched, there was a show on, I thought it was a movie when I turned it on, but it was a show. It was called The 3 Days of Christmas, which was kind of interesting. It was definitely about family lies and wounds. So that's the messages coming up here, where all the lies, the family lies, all of a sudden come out all at the same time. And then Sophia, the name Sophia came up again. There's been so many movies with Sophia. 1229 is the 12 of the hangman, 29 of the present moment, the 3 of wands. So also the visual of a towel hanging on something. So I got that too. I do actually have an inversion table for my back, but it was giving that energy of hanging upside down, whether it's a hanging or inverting for your back. It's 4:11 on the clock, which is emergent information, and a towel, like hanging, like hanging up the towel, I guess, is coming up. I don't know if somebody's leaving a job or something. So Capricorn and the Devil watching the Lovers, the Emperor upright and the High Priestess reversed, or the Emperor with a secret passion. Gabriel is mediating the man with the snake skin boots, or being skinned, or wrapped feet, which can reference diabetes, and thinking about sex with their lover, and the mountain or vulva between them of a higher court. They made a deal with the devil, and now Gabriel is bargaining for his release. God's fallen angel, but I'm getting the Godfather here as well. God's fallen angel. So releasing the X, and beneath that was reconciliation, but I'm getting resignation. So somebody might be resignating as well. So there was reconciliation and or a resignation, and then release your X's on top. Destined, patient, sovereign, Queen of Wands in surrender, or 2 ladies who like to show off. One may be a drinker, and the other obsessed over the Queen of Wands undressing in front of him. The wounded warrior then surrenders, perhaps because they can't handle that. Or when shopping, they just can't say no to her, even though another may be dead from a broken heart. So it's saying, like, someone's getting whatever they want, even though they shouldn't be, while another one's, left behind for dead, that kind of energy. But it feels like the Queen of Wands is doing that on purpose. It's like a karmic of the masculine. That's the energy that's coming up for me. And this could be a child as well, right? Trying to get their fathers to buy them whatever they want. And, right, perhaps push over fathers who can't resist whatever their children want, even if it means ignoring all others in order to have to work to do these things for their children. That was coming up. Obsessed with boots and goggles, or peaches and greens, shoes on the log, or gifts on the books, and now obsessed with cleaning the records or getting the records straight. And this could be, things in the records that shouldn't be there, like, buying personal items at work. So somebody might be trying to clean out their books or get the records straight. Or unable to cut cords with the Queen of Wands, or cut hair, and the wounded warrior then surrendered. A man between 2 lovers, or 2 loved ones, and a third friend that he tells it all to, who may secretly want him. So it could not only be 2 lovers, but a third as well, that he pretends is just his best friend, even though they're always giving them attention. Well, duh. So personal growth is 7, which is the Chariot, and then nature, which is 74, that perfect balance. Going crazy, or feeling like you're losing your mind post-war, where the fight is over, but the last words to say, but there are last words to say, and I'm getting Notting Hill. There are words to say. That's a line that she said in that movie, and it's coming up for some reason. Going crazy post-war, where the fight is over, but there are last words to say. The Magician and the Queen of Cups left for dead by the King of Swords in need of sunshine, drained by impatient Emperor who's clamping down, with Saturn taskmaster present and Aquarius detached. The lobster claw or clasp or fallen angel cut him off at 12:59, which is the 11th hour. as we're the minute before 1 o'clock. The 12 of the Hangman, the 59 of the Five of Swords, the war within. The Emperor going crazy, or with one with dementia, or coming out at home about secret passion and surrender to personal growth, and cleaning up the act. The Emperor's upright, the Hermit reversed at home, with secret passion and surrender to the Divine Feminine with the Divine Masculine. The Page of Cups is upright, and the Three of Wands is upright in the underlying energies here, with a message of love at present, or an actual gift. And then the Hermit reversed, confessing passion for their dream girl, but falling short of expectations, getting over the loss, the regret. And the King of Swords reversed, lying to themselves, or just negative self-talk, standing up after the end of a falling out, or having dealt with difficult kids. The recent past is the Ten of Swords reversed, whether it's bliss, grounding, integrating, withholding, playing hardball. The King of Wands reversed is resting and destined to be free, or go on being the fool, away from the unhappy family for a long time after a death, or suddenly someone's not dying, so someone might have been diagnosed and there was a mistake on the positive side, which would be amazing. The Knight of Cups is upright here, being and offering love after making magic at 2:13, which is the minute before Valentine's Day, which came up in an address that my daughter just sent to me. 2:14 came up. So here's the minute before that. 2 is the High Priestess, 13 is the Death or Transition card. So right before that moment of making magic, so after making magic, seeing synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, needing the strength to lead the way, away from the Empress reversed, or lack of abundance, or a mother who has passed. The foundation here is the Five of Swords reversed, post-war announcement, in need of peace or a peaceful place to go, a higher love, and the bliss of deception, and being up before dawn. The central energy of the Three of Swords reversed, healing, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn and unable to function, without the Two of Cups holding their tongue with the Queen of Pentacles. The King of Wands reversed may be healing, and challenged by justice reversed, or injustice of the Page of Wands, inspired to share or settle out. Choosing a path with the Divine or with the Twin Flames. The Knight of Cups is confessing. The Empress reversed asked for it. The Empress reversed and the Page of Pentacles may be in a heated exchange here, and that could definitely be a mother or grandmother and a child, or an opportunity or an invitation that they didn't get. And then the King of Swords reversed, taking a dump or dumping a load, and muzzled or silenced by the injustice, or Libra reversed, offered new passion, but delay after delay, with the Temperance card upright, the Patient Angel drained and healing, and the Page of Cups reversed, rejected and vulnerable, walking away, grounding and integrating love. Now crowning is the higher self and the King of Swords, both reversed. So perhaps that secret passion, or someone needing to use their intuition because they're not, or maybe they're just not being in their integrity here, or not keeping secrets they're supposed to, right? Which no one should have to keep secrets, you know, because if we had a world of no secrets, there'd be nothing to call anybody on, right? So, and nothing, you know, not doing anything to be sorry for would be the way the world would be. Now is the higher self reversed, with the King of Swords reversed, keeping silent about an offer of big love. The Empress reversed and strength reversed, with the Queen of Swords reversed, with the Emperor upright. The Empress is weak, and the Emperor with the Queen of Swords reversed, presenting the truth about their injustice. Or Taurus reversed and Libra reversed, secret passion, and the Knight of Wands reversed, player, with third party or somebody who drinks too much. The sister, or suffering in silence in a nightmare, refusing to wake up in a bold move, inspired by falling out in the past, to put it all out there, to end the unhappiness, with issues at work, and ending conflict, with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, or the King of Pentacles who was rejected by the Ten of Pentacles, dysfunctional family, or family who have been experiencing a loss. With the King of Cups upright, home no longer flirting with the Page of Wands, who would be then much younger than them, or that can be his own energy of the Page of Wands, the King of Cups becoming a teenager again. and excited, drained, healing, rejected, and vulnerable, walking away to ground and integrate. The energy soon coming up here is the King of Wands reversed, tired, sick, or angry, of the Queen of Swords reversed, between the twin flame and the journey to end the suffering in silence, and needing the courage to accept their weakness of lying, cheating, or stealing and running away, and holding on, dissatisfied emotionally, but independently wealthy perhaps, in need of peace and to prepare for a new life, announcement or wake-up call, and or judgment. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Nine of Swords reversed. Perhaps they were hiding underground and they are no more, and standing up for themselves to implement a plan, to be present in the moment, or being present in the moment to the balancing act, the daily grind. Playfulness comes up here as well as honeymoon, and also stay optimistic about your love life. Around the twins are how they're seen as the Three of Wands, being present in the moment, or perhaps to a ship coming in, or this is literally a gift. And the Queen of Wands is upright, watching them leave or sent them packing, hanging out, or someone hung out to dry, with the Magician upright manifesting release from the prison. The block being the Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Divine Masculine's heart opening up or coming out, and follow your dreams. But even more so, individuality and rebirth come here. The Knight of Wands reversed, perhaps with two lovers, falling short, or a one-night stand, or a threesome for some, in a release, obviously. The Page of Wands inspired to heal and be vulnerable and walk away from boredom or apathy. Release from loss and regret. And the Queen of Cups reversed, walking away. There was a whistle there. Home surrendering to synchronicities and sunshine, healing, forgiveness, and the divine marriage. At 249 is the High Priestess, and the 49 of, again, get your wish card, the Nine of Cups. Being satisfied with self as the Hermit reversed post-war is coming out of hiding. And this can be an old person who's not doing well. It can be someone who's losing their mind. It could be someone who's just been over-isolating or feeling like they're going crazy and now coming out. Coming out post-war of hiding, as I'm talking about all the war stuff across the street, at present, or to receive a gift of bliss and or heal. The challenge being injustice of the King of Wands reversed, implementing a plan with their secret passion to release. The Hermit reversed, with the worst now over, with the Emperor in control, post-war healing and challenged by injustice with secret passion. Coming out of hiding, the King of Wands reversed with a gift, perhaps for the Divine Feminine, to get her to come out and release herself from her prison at 251, which is the High Priestess and the King of Swords. So we're going to pull a few oracle cards here and see how this all comes together. The Animal Spirit deck here. Take another deep breath. Well, I'm just getting Glenda, my Good Witch, up there. See her? I don't know if you can see her. That's Glenda, the Good Witch. She's coming up here. Okay. What is our message here? Our takeaway from this read? The owl, some wisdom, hopefully. All right, and then we have the dragonfly, which is that 2 hearts as 1, that beat as 1. And I'm getting dragging, like somebody's dragging to fly. And you see how their little legs are hanging down? I feel like they're feeling weight, like they're getting pulled down by the weight of their legs. Or perhaps the weight of their tail, which can be a butt. Maybe someone's just obsessed about having gained weight. I can identify with that because I'm a few pounds more than I usually am. So There's definitely that energy coming up. Ow. Somebody might have an owie and need to go to the doctor as well. So obviously that would be a child if someone's calling it an owie. So that could be something simple, nothing big. But wisdom of the dragonfly. And you notice the dragonfly comes up as air, but they have the symbol for water here. And gossamer wings is coming up again. I don't know if... So the notebook's coming up from that. The notebook. And we have the eagle landing again too. Right? The eagle's coming down to get their talons around the egg. And are they on attack or are they coming to protect their nest? And there's that spraying energy out all over the place. And then here is the nightingale who's singing to clear the air. All right, so they're singing, right? So they were lying in this, right? The one who comes clean. They're singing, you know, the jailbird who snitches. So they're coming clean to clear the air as the eagle comes in, you know, with their claws out here to get the nightingale to sing. That's a very cute way of bringing that message across. But the eagle looks pretty powerful there. And the nightingale very innocent. So it's the same thing with the owl and the dragonfly. The owl is very powerful, but the dragonfly is very vulnerable and innocent, right? Because they're very delicate. There's that contrast between the strong and powerful and the delicate, seen as weak, which is not true, right? The nightingale's not weak and the dragonfly's not weak, but they're seen as such. That the show of anger or the show of wisdom is a show of power in our world, but not someone who's delicate and sweet and loving and high vibrational. So that's going to have to change. And there's your high vibration there of the hummingbird, really clearing the air here. So look, they're getting backup here. Oh, backup singers. So here comes the eagle, right, with their claws out, and then this one's coming out singing with this one as a backup. So whether they're singing because they're telling the truth or they're literally singing, and it may be irritating, it might be like nails on the chalkboard for this eagle, which too bad, because they may be singing. Maybe they're off key. Maybe somebody's kids are off key, so it irritates somebody, or someone's being told not to sing. But this also can be a beautiful thing where it tames even the most difficult of beasts, right? Because that was coming up yesterday or the day before too, that music can, you know, make even the toughest guys, you know, cry. And that was coming up with Mr. Bojangles too in the Green Mile. So again, here's the sweetness of the lamb, the silence of the lambs also coming up, is the same kind of energy as Mr. Bojangles with a target on their head, right? The mouse got smushed in the Green Mile. And the lamb got skinned, and that was part of my message too from my harmonic egg experience. So here we have harmony coming up again. They're so funny, they keep bringing you around. Keep on topic, Evelyn. Talk about harmony and music. And then we have the starfish, right? And the star is all about this. In this deck, this is about the superficial person who's very surface because they've always gotten what they've wanted. They've never had to dig deep. So it may be very difficult to deal with change, right? Because if all of a sudden they don't get what they want anymore, all of a sudden they're the innocent lamb because they didn't know. Well, you didn't know because you never had to do it for yourself. It's kind of that energy coming up. Yeah, because look at all these guys. This is why they're feeling attacked, all right? We got the crocodile, the camel, and the dragon, right? But the crocodile is laying in wait. They're very patient. They know how to use timing well. The camel is very independent. They have everything they need to survive. And they may get the blues now and then. And then we have the dragon, which is your higher self coming in from the solar plexus to guide you and give you confidence. And so there's that energy here about, you know, one supporting the other. Perhaps there's a role switch, and this also could be the walk-ins and switching them out, right? The one who's always been privileged all of a sudden becomes unprivileged, and vice versa. And it doesn't even have to be something drastic, just something to wake them up to what they haven't been seeing all their life. Whatever it's going to be different for everybody. So you can't give a blanket statement for that kind of thing, because what one person hasn't learned is going to be totally different from another. So it's not the same situation for each. It's going to be, and this came up with signs from astrology as well. So, and it was someone who was talking about business plans and how they made their $1 million. And that may work for them because they're a certain sign. Because remember, because she was talking about just acting on it. And it triggered me right away. It didn't really trigger me, but it reminded me that fire signs err on the side of action. So that's probably not, for a fire sign, that's natural to them to all of a sudden take action. But if they're having issues with that, with abundance, fire sign might want to pull back on their actions, because we always err on the side of what our sign is. So if you're an earth sign, you err on the side of inaction. An air sign, you err on the side of thought. And then cups with emotions. So we all have lots of combinations of the elements in our charts. So it's about, perhaps knowing where yours are and where you need to pull back or put out more regarding those energies. But it's all about to become in balance again, not to put out more energy. It's not about saying to take action. It's like the cycles of the moon. It's saying what's out of balance within your chart to come back into balance again. And that's different for every person. So you can't say it, a blanket statement for everyone. So the next two cards that are coming out together, last pair, is the hyena and the unicorn. And again, there's that very different energy. The hyena makes fun of other people, right? Laughs at their expense. And is now being shamed, right? He's kind of half dark, half light. And there's the unicorn giving them compassion. So there's a lot of teachers here, being here and being compassionate for those who others wouldn't give the time of day to, because either they see them as spoiled or entitled or weak or bad singers. But again, I love the backup crew here. This is so cute. It's like I'm getting these guys in jail, singing, saying, "He did it, he did it." It's like the kid saying, "Mom, the eagle stole the eggs." And the bottom of the deck is the frog. And the frog is the one that's waiting to become a prince. And he's listening to the Who. Love, rain on me, right? And then there's the buffalo, who's very well grounded and heavenly as well, right? This could be someone who comes off this way. He's very well grounded and a heavenly chap, but inside they're just the frog wanting to become a prince. This also could be their teacher here, along with the peacock and the gazelle. See, people are coming from miles around to help each other out. Okay, when you see someone out there who needs help, perhaps grab a tribe to help them out, to help them see. And I'm really getting the focus on the eyes here. Look at that. All eyes on you. See, for people who are afraid to be seen, be afraid to get up in front of people to speak and sing. This was really tough for me, starting out doing a video for the first time, because I had such a hard time getting up in front of people. How could I get up and talk, at work? It was so difficult for me to do those kind of things, because my heart would be so loud, and it was so distracting, and then all of a sudden you forget everything. So how can you do it? But when you let go of all the fears, and you don't care what people think, because what's the worst can happen? Well, you'll get fired is the worst that will happen if you're working, right? But yeah, so what? So then that's meant to be, because you're supposed to learn something and go through that in order to come out somewhere that's much better for you. All right, so we have the frog at the bottom here. And let's see what the journey of love has for us. So the owl's there for the dragonfly. The eagle's there for the two birds, or that's the singer, the lead singer and the backups, or the ones telling on the eagle. I love that picture. All right. And then we have the lamb, who's the star, who didn't know, right? Because they're all innocent, because I didn't know, because I'm the star, because everybody does everything for me. And then we have the crocodile, the camel, and the dragon coming in to help them out. And then the unicorn's helping out the hyenas. It's like the middleman. It's like pairing, like buddying people up, you know, with a, just like big sisters and big brothers. You know, you have a big for little kids. It's the same type of thing. Or if you're going on a field trip with the kids in the class, you know, you always have to have a partner. I'm getting that same kind of thing. But it's the most unlikely partners in order to help each other out. So perhaps one thinks that they're helping the other one, but they're actually, it's going both ways. Whatever lesson they need to give that one person, it's reflecting them right back in the way they need to understand it. So here is the journey of love. That's not it. Hold on. Take a deep breath. Oh, there's a couple cards again. All right, the bottom of the deck is God speaks. 33 is the Christ vibration, and there's that connection between you and Source. All right, God speaks. Beneath it is the heart of God. So we have God twice, the 9, right? The heart of God, and God speaks with the Christ vibration. So we have God, Jesus, and the heart of God is actually Sophia. What's under that? Oh, look at that. So funny. After God speaks in the heart of God, and I said that, it's 3 to 1. So it's 3. It's the mother, father, and the child. And then the 10 of that high vibration being in the vortex here, in the heart of God, where God speaks, right, through silence. And the 2 cards that came out, or 3, is coming together. Wishes come together right now over me. So we have 66 as the Queen of Pentacles. And again, this is the reference to the heart beating through the chambers. This is also like the printing presses. There's a lot of energy that goes into that. And coming together, there's a lot of energy into coming together. That's confirmation. And there's the heart coming up again, the heart fire. There's a lot of heart right here when God speaks through it. All right? There's a lot of effort to pump that heart, so use it wisely. Here's that Christ flame within the red heart, the heart fire, and the burning hero of the 3. We have the magician and the empress, right? The sun energy of the 19, which is also a 1, and the 3 of Gaia, right? The father and the mother, the burning hero, and the coming together of the 6 of the Queen of Pentacles here. The coming together. It's like, see how the 2 circles are coming together here, like a printing press or a heart beating? It's like this side with the Christ flame bursting through the red root energy, and then this one with a smoldering, you know, coal kind of energy here with the golden hues of orange and red, and bringing those 2 energies together, right? This is very fiery and strong and will burn you if you come close to it. This is more like the coals where it's slow and smoldering and burning slowly. And it's like, you know, the polarizations coming together and merging into moderation, into 0 point. There's so much red here, but in a really weird way, right? The flowering of bringing these two together into 0 point. So let's see what the Journey of Love book and the animal books say. So the first card out was the owl, so that's what we're going to read today. The owl's abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl is in this particular deck, is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi. That was my brother. He's just leaving the airport now. So The owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. And that's my brother. He's my treasure coming in. With the owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. When they're in balance, they're generous, trusting, and secure, but when they're out of balance, there may be money quarrels or scarcity. In order to bring back into balance, an offering needs to be made here. Yeah, so it's interesting that I wouldn't think with the owl that money quarrels would come up. But right, the owl needs, in order to be wise, they need to be relaxed all the time. So to bring into balance, the owl needs to make an offering or receive an offering perhaps. And then we have coming together, which we're coming together right now. My brother and his wife are coming over now. My baby brother Jim. All right, let's see, 66. All right. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose, it may have a sacredness that is sexual, it may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, and about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small, which came up already about maybe you're not expecting enough from yourself. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You're going to be moved by love. Whether it's long-term or fast and furious, it is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is and do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as do you. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. Two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency in a field of possibilities, and there was resonance. And that's funny because resonance came up in the read that wasn't supposed to come up as resonance. So again, what resonates with you? So it could be the most unlikely person that other people would never put you two together, but they resonate with you. And no one can feel that except for you. Remember your water, your rest, your joy in your nature, and to follow your own guidance, always the last one up. You are the last word on you. As it's just 44 and the clock is about to turn 4:44, so there's a lot of fours here. Okay. Breathe deep, breathe slowly, breathe assuredly, and rise and be love, you guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.